You give so much your time, your energy, your heart. But when was the last time you gave something to yourself? Welcome to the Caregivers Lounge, where we honor the givers by reminding them they're worthy of receiving too. Today's episode is all about reclaiming the small moments of peace, joy, and breath because self care isn't a luxury, it's your lifeline. And if this sounds like something you're interested in talking about, stick around. Welcome to the Caregivers Lounge, where we dive into the laughter, love, and lessons of caregiving. Because let's be real, this journey is unpredictable. I'm Shaunte Newby, your host, and whether you're caring for aging parents, deep in the caregiving trenches, just starting out, or simply curious about this world, you found the right place. Here, we share stories, swap insights, and remind each other that no one has to do this alone. So grab your favorite drink, get comfortable, and let's unwind together. Hey there, beautiful people. Welcome back. This is the podcast where we hold space for the folks who hold everyone together. I'm your host, Shaunte Newby, and today's episode is for you if you've ever felt like you're everything to everyone. You're the fixer, the scheduler, the emotional support human, the late night researcher, the snack distributor, the one who remembers birthdays and refill reminders. You're the glue. And while that's a beautiful thing, it can also be exhausting. So today we're talking about self care. Not the kind that requires a plane ticket or a silent retreat, but the kind that fits into your real life. Let's start with the myth, the idea that self care has to be this big, uninterrupted block of time. A bubble bath or a yoga class, a weekend away. Listen, I love all those things like the next person, but for caregivers or that person who has to do everything, that kind of time is rare and sometimes feels impossible. So we push it off. We'll say, I'll take a break and rest when things calm down a little. But things don't calm down, they just shift. They morph, they multiply, and suddenly we're running on fumes, snapping at people we love, done that before, and wondering why we feel so disconnected from ourselves. Here's the truth: self care isn't a luxury, it's a lifeline. And it doesn't have to be big to be powerful. I also feel like self care, even though it sounds like it's something extra, self care to me also sounds like it's maintenance. It's things that need to be done just to maintain you. So let's talk about some ideas of what could work for you if you're really busy and time just seems so difficult to find and carve out for yourselves. There's this thing out called micro rituals. These are tiny acts of care that fit into the cracks of your day. Here are a few that I've tried over the past few years. The 5 minute reset. This is when you sit, breathe, no phone, no multitasking. Just take 5 minutes and be still. It's hard, but set a timer on your phone or your watch and just be still. It's kind of like a mini meditation moment. Or a woosah, if you know what woosah is. You know, if you know, you know. Say no to something. Practice saying no to at least one thing per day, if possible, something that's non essential. And it's not necessarily being rude, it's being respectful of yourself. Say no. You can't be everything to everybody. You can't be everywhere. You can't do all things. Sometimes you have to say no. You could do some joy snacking. Just take little moments and snack on some joy. You can listen to a song that you love. You can dance, take a moment, have a little dance break in your house. Something that brings you joy in the minute. I mean, like in the instant. I have a playlist that I use. I call it my anabolic playlist. And actually, the songs immediately make me happy. They make me smile. They may bring about a memory, but I take those moments in the car and play those songs or in the house or when I'm working out. Another practice could be sending voice notes to yourself. You can record a pep talk or some sort of affirmation in your own voice. Tell yourself something to motivate and uplift yourself. You'd be surprised how powerful it is to hear you cheering yourself on. I hear myself all the time. I do voice acting. Another thing is the one thing rule. This is where you choose one thing each day that's just for you. It could be having that morning cup of coffee and a little ritual that you do, just sitting down and enjoying your coffee or your tea, taking a walk, a funny meme that you'll see. I know that it could be sitting on social media and laughing. And let me tell you something, if you're on social media and you don't get at least a couple of laughs every time you scroll, at least once or twice a day, you need to change what you're following, because I know that what I follow, I get a good belly laugh every day, every day. And if your self care moment happens in the bathroom with the door locked, good for you. Do what you need to do. So, one of my neighbors, I saw her early in the morning. When I walk the dog, I see her, and she's usually coming back from the gym. Well, this one day in particular, actually today, I stopped her as she was walking in the house. I said, "Hey, lady," I said, "you get up so early." And she said, "This is the only time I have to myself." And she actually makes a sacrifice to get up to go to the gym, to be fit, but literally that is time for herself. So to her, that is doing self-care, something for her. So, I mean, I know I can't get up every morning, but she does every morning. I see her coming back when I'm walking the dog, and it all counts. So here's the thing. Self-care isn't just about solitude. It's also about connection. Sometimes caregivers feel isolated, like no one gets it, but we do. We get it. And we're building a space where you don't have to explain or justify your exhaustion. In thinking about self care and not being about solitude, one thing that is self care that I believe is having dinners or outings with your friends, people that you trust. I have monthly dinners with my best friends, and it's important to just have that outlet, talk about things, talk about caregiving, talk about life, talk about anything that's going on, or just sit and laugh together. I didn't realize how important and significant that was until we missed it a few times. And this also happened again when I met with some friends that I used to live in Northern Virginia, and I had girlfriends up there where we would go to dinner every month. And it's been about 7 years probably since we had dinner together. And we met up a week ago and we laughed. We were in that restaurant till it almost closed. And just sitting there for hours, just laughing and reconnecting and talking, and actually sitting there like we never missed a beat. It did something for my soul. Like it felt so good. So again, it doesn't have to be solitude. Self care happens in those moments too. So if you're the person that everyone turns to, but you're not sure who you turn to, you're not alone. This space is for you. The Everything to Everyone crew. Everything to Everyone crew. The ones who carry invisible loads and still show up with love, even though they may be tired. So I want to hear from you. What's your go to reset ritual? Tag us on social media using Caregivers Lounge and share your micro moment. Let's build a library of real life self care. No filters, no fluff. I can't wait to see what ideas you share with me, because I have a few, and some of them are expensive and some of them aren't. And if you know me, you probably know what the expensive one is. I'll save that for another episode if you haven't figured out what that is. So, in closing, you are worthy of self care. And it's not just because of what you do, but because of who you are. You deserve to rest. You deserve to reset. You deserve to have joy. You deserve to feel like you again. Thank you for carving out this time with me. And in an upcoming episode, we're talking about boundaries and how to set them without feeling like a villain. Just know you're not a villain. You're the hero who finally drew a line. So until then, breathe deep, laugh when you can, and remember, even 5 minutes of care can change your whole day. And thank you again for joining the Caregivers Lounge. Feel free to leave a comment or send an email to caregiverslounge@icloud.com.